Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kelly and I am a lifestyle channel, guys. I sprinkle in a little vlogs here and there when I'm traveling or doing other things that I think are fun to add to the channel. But welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're going to be talking about something that is super important to me, independent thinking. And it's not what you think, like a woman in her masculinity doesn't want anybody doing anything for her. Not like that. This is like basics of life, right? So if you're here, you want to think more independent for yourself as well. So welcome. We're going to go down a couple of things that I think are extremely important when you're transitioning into more of an independent thinker. You're coming out of survival mode and you're no longer surviving, you're thriving. So stick along and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And we're going to get into this video. All right, you guys, I had to take off those frames because they were like glaring in my face and they're not prescription. And it's funny because I need to go get my eyes checked, but that is neither here or there, guys. I took them off and I can see. But anyways, when I was doing research for this video, some of the stuff shocked me because it was just like, that's what independent thinking means. Like, I never knew. Like, sometimes you just have to stop you just have to go slower in life, right? Because things just get so fast and you wake up and you're 55. You're 55 and like you're thinking like, I know how to do that and I know no, like let's go back. But anyways, like one of the first things that I was looking up when I was researching this, and it said that you need to make a list, like make a list, like almost like a pros and cons list. Like make a list of what some of the things that you do out of habit and then some things that you do out of necessity, and to evaluate both of those. And habits are what you had to look into a little bit deeper when you're going into independent thinking. And I thought that was interesting. But yeah, if you guys have time, make a list of your habits and your necessities, things you do out of necessity. But the first thing I want to talk to you guys is about life skills, right? So this applies, I mostly want to speak to ladies and women, but this is for anyone that wants to think more independently. So no judgment over here, guys. So, because number one here is life skills. Like, comment down below what you guys think some life skills are, essential skills that you should know in life to be more independent in life. For me, I would definitely say like decision making and financials and stuff like that, and just I would say authenticity, like understanding like yourself. I think is that a life skill? Maybe that's a little too deep. That's a little deep. Life skill is like being able to like make your own decisions and kind of like actually live them out, like actually be able to acquire what you need to acquire after making those decisions, if that makes sense. But anyways, based on my research, let me go back to my research over here, guys. But yeah, budgeting is on there, cooking is on there, time management. Oh my gosh, yes, time management and basic problem solving. So, what I can say here is that with problem solving, that's a standout one for me because you have to understand when things are a problem. If you don't understand when things are a problem, you won't be able to solve them. So I guess we can apply this to, if you're independent thinking, what can I apply this to? For an example, because I like to, when I sit down and talk to you guys, I want to make sure that it's practical. It's not just theory. I do my research and everything, but I definitely want to be able to add value when it comes to applying it to your life. So I'm trying to think of an example. Let's say that you met somebody new and you guys are having a disagreement about food. Let's say that person, for instance, does not eat cheese. And then you think that there's no reputable dish without cheese. Okay, you're just not getting, you're not understanding why they don't like cheese and how they cannot go without experiencing lasagna soup. Like, how do you even function, right? So that can be a problem in the long term, especially if that other person is, feeling away, they're kind of annoyed, you keep bringing it up, you know what I'm saying? Like, that conflict resolution, I think, is extremely important. And guess what, guys? That is a part of independent thinking. Imagine that. All right, the next thing I want to tell you guys in regards to independent thinking is developing emotional independence. And so that is extremely important, right? Because we end up putting too much on other people. And we complain about other people putting too much onto us. We have to understand that that is something that you have to develop. It's not a muscle. So it's not easy to see that it needs to be developed. It's literally your emotions, which are very complex states of mind. So you have to recognize your emotions, y'all, in order to develop independence with them. And what does that even mean, right? So you have to have self-confidence, right? You have to be confident in yourself. You have to know yourself. You have to take time to learn yourself. And it's not hard. You just have to spend time with yourself, get out the house and journal. I said that a lot in my video. I'm going to be saying that a lot in my videos because it's true. And one benefit from journaling is if you forget like your state of mind or your emotions at a time frame, you can go back and read. Love that. Go back and read and see where you were, right? And see how far you've come over time. So that's going to help you develop that emotional independence. And so another part of that is also self being able to self-soothe. And a lot of it depends, I guess, on who the context of it a little bit, but some people kind of talk down on self-soothing, but I don't think it's a cop out. I think it's just the ability to listen to your body and really understand like I need to do I need I'm able to do this for myself. I get to do this for myself. So for me, like laughing is one of my self-soothing techniques, or yeah, techniques, self-soothing technique, or a workout. I'll get on YouTube, look something up that I've been wanting to look up. I rub myself a lot. I love myself. Like we have to learn how to be emotionally independent, right? And so celebrate those wins. Celebrate and reflect on your accomplishments. Stuff like that is independent or emotionally independent things you can do that I think are important. Let's see. Okay, and I think I mentioned this at the beginning of this video, but another part of independent thinking is being able to make independent decisions. And so that basically means making decisions without external validation, making decisions and not questioning yourself based off your decision, being comfortable with your commitments and stuff like that. And what I can say is there's things that you can do to come to a decision, come to a verdict with yourself. You can write lists. I always talk about lists and pros and cons, like just to logically work through things, because sometimes it gets hard. You don't know if you want lasagna tonight. You don't know if you want pizza tonight. You know what I'm saying? Or even on a more serious note, I don't know what school I want to go to. I don't know what my career is going to be. Stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know what house I want. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what city I want to move to. So stuff like that, it takes time to make decisions like that. And so I would always advise not to rush into stuff like that and to logically think things through so you can evaluate your options. But decision making, whew, and then you got to stand on business with it too. So that's probably why it is important for independent thinking, because you have to stand on business. And even when you're wrong, you got to be like, okay, I made the wrong decision. You know what I'm saying? But the emphasis is on making good fit decisions for yourself. This next one, guys, is so taboo, especially for me. It took me a while, and it's still taking me some time to be financially independent. And I probably will talk more about this down the line, but being financially independent is extremely important. It's something else I wanted to mention in this video, because if you're not financially independent, like someone else is taking that responsibility from you and not allowing you to be completely independent. And it's extremely important, especially in this economy and just to be financially independent. Now, there's different ways to make money. I always will advise you to have multiple streams of income, and that's something that I'm working on currently too. But there's certain apps. So basically, I would say if you want to be more independent in your thinking, and just in life, and just be more independent overall. Be able to budget, save, and invest your money. Understand how it works, understand how to delegate your money and separate your money, and what it means to you to be able to provide for yourself. I think that's the most important thing. And just financial literacy. And then I put down here, there's multiple apps you can download on your phone, your computer, you can do Excel sheets, whatever. Get you some type of list or some type of spreadsheet and put everything out on that spreadsheet so you're aware of everything that's flowing in and out, and just have some type of idea of where you stand financially. I think that's extremely important. It's probably one of the most it's probably one of the most important components to independent living and thinking. Okay, financial literacy. This is a good one. Okay, so this one is a really good one, just to continue independent ways to be more independent in your thinking. Building a supportive yet limited network. So what does that mean? Setting boundaries, being able to set boundaries even with family, understanding what will not cut it for you in your life, right? And so you come to a point where you're transitioning from this little nice person to, hey, this is below the standard of my communication, I'm going to stop speaking. Okay, because you have to be able to stand up for yourself. That's all setting boundaries is. It's just communicating. So you have to be comfortable with communicating, even when it's hard, even when it's difficult, even when it's with family. Yeah, it's just about creating that healthy balance between seeking help and managing things on your own, right? Because you want a network that supports you and support system, but you want to still remain independent within it. That makes sense. Comment down below if you have any questions, or if you guys are understanding what I'm saying today. If you guys want me to go into depth with anything, in some ways that I've been independent or not independent in the past, just let me know in the comments. Let's see. This one is probably one of my favorites. Practice self-reliance daily. So what does that mean? It's like training yourself up as an intern in your corporation, right? You're training yourself up to have more responsibility in your own life, right? Give yourself something to do one day. Complete that task. That is going to build up your self-reliance. And I think that's extremely important. I keep saying that, but it's extremely important in your independent thinking, because you have to believe that you're independent in order to be independent. So, yeah, gradually increase that responsibility within yourself and see how you handle them, right? The last thing I want to bring to you guys is that mindset shift, okay? Because it has to happen. And you want it to happen on your terms, in good terms or whatever. You want to understand that you're capable. You are capable of independent thinking, independent living. You have to be okay with failing. Okay, let me give you guys an example. So, when I first started college, I was a sociology major, and I went to college to be a psychotherapist. I went to be a therapist or some type of social worker. After that first year, baby. Okay, also to preface this, I was in the band program, and it was totally different from my high school. We had late nights, we had things we needed to learn. It was nothing that I was used to, like nothing I was used to. And so, on top of that, sociology, I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's like the research of social work or research of social science. And there was so much reading, and I failed like my main courses, y'all. And so I'm calling my mom up like, hey, I'm going to cosmetology school. I did cosmetology in high school. I did cosmetology. I did hair off of Craigslist when I was in high school. She's like, girl, why are you even at school if you want to go to cosmetology school? I'm just like, I don't know. I'm trying to weigh my options here. And long story short, I ended up choosing another major, which is business. I chose business management. And I feel like back then, and wait, and then there's more. Stay with me. I changed my major to business and failed those main courses. I failed all my main classes again. And so I'm like, hey, maybe just school's not for me. And what that taught me though was sometimes you cannot, sometimes So in my mind, I was a failure. Okay. I almost got kicked out of school at one point. After my sophomore year, my GPA was like a 1.6, y'all. I was a total failure. I got kicked off my dance team. I was on collegiate level and I got kicked off my team. I was embarrassed. Like, I just felt so low about myself, but I knew that I was capable. And I had people in my network that knew that I was capable, right? And so I made the decision to go back and get those things that I lost. But the thing is, my independent thinking had to kick in, because if I let those professors and my coaches, if I let them dictate how I felt about myself, I would just be a failure. You know what I'm saying? That mistake and that failure and that experience was just an opportunity for growth. I had to learn how to do school. I had to learn from that point. I had to learn how to learn, right? I had to learn how to multitask or time management. Those things that I did not know before, I had to go ahead and learn it. That was an opportunity for me to grow. And now I have my MBA and I'm still in school to continue my educational journey. And I'm the first person in my family to do that, right? So, things will be up against that. You will be up against huge giants, but you have to understand that when you are calling the shots and you have trained up internal intern for your management company, that one day it's going to be a winning season. And are you going to be ready? Are you going to run away? Right? So now is the time to think independently, because that time, your time is going to come, right? And you can't shy away from it, okay? And you got to take it to the end goal. Okay. I meant to the field goal, to the end goal. Anyways, guys, that concludes my video today on independent thinking. If you guys like videos like this, make sure to give me a thumbs up, a comment down below, and subscribe to my channel, guys. Yeah, I'll probably do more videos like this. I like sitting down and talking to you. But yeah, until next time, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, y'all.
I'm back in that bag again. Whoa, whoa. Oh, say less. I'm back in that bag again. Yeah, yeah. Oh, say less. I'm back in that. Yeah. What you doing? Yeah, yeah. I'm back in that. Hey.